Hello butterflies, my name is Ren and welcome to my channel, my tiny little YouTube channel. And we'll see what happens, you never know until you try something. But I was thinking earlier that actually it was something you know how you think you're going to talk about one thing, maybe I don't know, and then something happens and it just changes everything. Oh, that's the thing. So I was looking at Instagram, which I probably do too much, but it's mostly just fluffy stuff, like golden retriever videos and keeping up with my friends and family. And some of it is actually political, but in a way that's like, let's support healthy Americans and let's figure out how we can get back to that. And I digress. Anyway, so this is what I saw. If you've ever seen Legally Blonde with Reese Witherspoon, which actually isn't one of my favorite movies, but I saw it with my daughter several years ago, and I thought, I've never seen this, so how do I know it wasn't one of my favorites? It was delightful and so empowering and so just fun and light, but also it really packed a punch. It really had a message, and I loved that. So anyway, I saw this little clip on Instagram today of Reese Witherspoon, who apparently is going to do a prequel to Legally Blonde, which I mean, how would I know that? Why would I know that? I don't know if it's like a series on Netflix or if it's an actual feature film or whatever, but she had been on the search for the younger version of herself as Elle Woods. And it was her coming into this little room with a couch and speaking to the camera and saying, okay, she's coming. Is she here? She's coming? Okay, here she comes. In comes this cute as could be young blonde woman with beautiful green eyes and her pink, her pink skirt and her high-heeled shoes. And she'd never met Reese Witherspoon. She had sent in an audition tape, and so she comes in. I guess she didn't know it was going to be Reese, and she's like, "Oh, hello, so nice to meet you. I'm Reese Witherspoon." And the girl just did not miss a beat. She said, "Yeah, it's really nice to meet you too." So bubbly, so unaffected, and Reese goes, "Can we maybe sit for a minute? I have some news for you." Yeah, sure. So they sit down on this little couch, and Reese Witherspoon spoon is like, I just felt like I really needed to tell you in person because I know that you really worked so hard, and we looked at your audition, and there were a lot of girls that did a good job in audition, and so I really felt like it was the right thing to do to tell you in person that you got the part. You are the new Elle Woods. You're Elle Woods. And they both started crying, and the girl goes, "Wait, really?" And she says, "Yep." And the girl was like, "Oh my gosh." And just all of a sudden, she was just so not like starstruck, or it was kind of like, I knew I was going to get it, and now I've got it, and I'm just overwhelmed with pride for myself, just happy that anyway. And the next thing this girl said, she goes, "I want to call my mom." And that was my favorite. I was like, this is a real grounded girl. So they get out the cell phone and they call the mom, and Reese Witherspoon is sitting there waiting, and the mom gets on the phone and she goes, "Hi, could you hold on just 1 second? I got something to do." And Reese is like, "Of course, yes, okay." And the girl says, she doesn't know it's you. My mom's an accountant, so just long story short, they tell her mom, she's screaming and yelling. The best part of the whole thing, that you've got to find it and watch this, is after she gets off the phone with her mom, it's just Reese and this girl sitting there. I wish I could remember the girl's name. Lexi. Her name was Lexi. They're sitting there together, and Lexi goes, it's like all of a sudden she realized it again. She goes, "I got it." And then she claps her hands together, claps her hands together really loud, and she goes, "It's me!" And it was like, Of course it's me. I did this. I did it. Really inspiring, really empowering, really what I needed to see today after a long day at work and just some other things going on in the sort of in the swirling in the background, you know. This young girl just starting out who was completely delighted, and you could tell from her demeanor, just kind of got a sense of who she was, that not only was she just thrilled to get this part, but that she had worked hard for it and she's going to work her ass off to do the best job that she can. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see. This will be a wonderful thing to watch with my daughters and my daughter-in-law. This will be a wonderful thing for anyone to watch with young women who are just need to have positive role models in their life. Yeah, really good stuff. The other thing about today is sometimes things just fall apart. Sometimes they just do. Little teeny tiny things like, I thought I had one more tea bag of that favorite tea that I love. Or I thought that I was going to meet this person to do this thing at this time, and then they had to move it back, and now I won't get home until X time, which is fine. It's none of it's a big deal. It just sometimes feels like those little things start to add up, and even if there's not one quote unquote big thing that happens, it all matters. And when we kind of are going through our day and thinking, okay, I've got this, or maybe I don't got this, and then those little things keep happening, you're like, okay, universe, I get the picture. I am human. That means it's time to give things up. It's time to realize again, every day we can realize it again and again and again, how small we are, which is not bad news. It's actually really, I think, comforting. It's like the waves of the ocean. We're all one ocean. Each wave is different. Each wave is needed. Each wave is part of the bigger picture. And we have to have each wave. And sometimes we feel like a wave that is just creeping slowly up onto the shore. It's just calm, almost as a whisper. And sometimes we feel like a hurricane strength wave that is crashing ashore and taking out everything in its wake. And everything in between. And that's because we're human, and that's because we have relationships with other humans. And so what I want you to remember is that you are enough. You are enough. Whatever kind of wave you feel like you are today, be that wave. And maybe tomorrow your wave will look a little different. And maybe tomorrow your boat won't be going like this. Maybe tomorrow, you know what? And this is another thing I heard that, I mean, maybe it's sort of in the same realm, but you know how a lot of times in life it's like we're in a canoe and we're paddling and paddling and paddling and paddling, and we're going against the current. We're paddling because we think if we work harder and harder and harder, eventually things will turn around. What we might need to do instead, though, is just be in a sailboat, hoist your sails, and let go. The wind, God, the universe, the divine will take you where you need to go. And it's hard to let go. It's hard to put your sails up and just say, okay, I surrender, I trust. I surrender and I trust. Two things that are absolutely imperative for us to do. Two things that feel almost impossible sometimes. Just know, I've been where you are. We all go through these things, but I promise you, you are enough. You are beautiful. You are an incredible, divine being. There's only one of you. Never before has there been another one, and never before will there be another one. And in this present moment, just close your eyes and take a deep breath and know that you're okay. and that all these things swirling around you, you know, they're going to swirl. They're going to do what they're going to do. It's not within your control. It really isn't. And so when we can truly try to say to ourselves, and then follow our advice when we say, it's out of my control, I'm letting it go. I'm putting up my sails and letting the wind, letting God take me in the direction that I need to go. Not easy to do. Nope. Not easy to do. But sometimes a nice cup of tea helps. And this is a cup that my brother got for me when we were just kids. I've had this for, I guess I've had it for 45? Between 45 and 50 years. Wow, that blows my mind. That's okay. Don't you love the little puppies? They're all around the cup. Anyway, so here's hoping this was helpful. If you got something out of this video, I would love for you to like, to subscribe, send it to somebody you think could get something out of it that might give them a little boost or give them a little nugget of encouragement. That's all this is about, is encouraging and lifting up other women and letting you all know that I see you, I have been where you are, and we're going to be okay. Have a great rest of your day. Go sip some tea, cut yourself some slack, and I'll talk to you soon.